a new way of handling retouching. We know that, I hope you know, that up until now, the way we've handled retouching is you can scan a barcode or import a text file and basically flag a subject as requiring retouching. And we do that by, for example, scanning a barcode. So Nathan Nash, we can order PK1 and scan retouch. Did that do it? Yeah. So he's ordered retouch. So we could scan an order and order retouching for that subject. And it flags a subject as requiring retouching. And that's the important bit. It flags the subject as requiring retouching. And historically, that's because when we introduced it, it was introduced for people, say at the capture post level, no images yet. So people are scanning orders, but as in a pre-order situation. So all they're saying is Dino needs retouching, and then later the operator would choose the best image and retouch it. And that was great, and that's fine in that scenario, and you only had one image anyway. But you're well aware of the limitations, is it doesn't actually specify which image requires retouching. Following? You know what I'm talking about, so I'm going over old milk here. And we still support that. That hasn't changed. If that's the way you want to work, just keep going for that. What changed a little bit in that respect is if we go to orders mode, there's a new tab in here, retouch images. Try not to get too excited with stuff at the bottom. At the top, any subjects where I have scanned /%R+ or imported text file, or by whatever method marked that subject as requiring retouching, are listed under there. So there's Nathan, who I just ordered PK1 for, so forth, and it lists their subjects. Lists their images. And with this new mode here, I can retouch the images directly in orders mode if I want to. So a bit like poses mode lists all the subjects and then you can see the images, this retouch tab also will list all the subjects for whom I have ordered retouching in the traditional method. So even if you continue with the traditional method, /%R+, this is new and different, and we can retouch them directly through here. The filter in images mode is the same. Nothing has changed in that respect apart from adding this, and you'll see why in a minute. Yeah, I know, you're getting too excited. We're coming to that. This is the old method, and what I'm saying is nothing has changed with the old method. It's still there. Now, the old method has that problem that it doesn't tell you which image they want retouched. And also, we know that for our online customers, there's no way of ordering retouch online. I know you hack it by having a package called retouch, and people can order that, and that's got hairs on it because then you have to handle that package downstream. You got to delete it out of Fulfill or print it to bitmap or do something with it. It's got hairs on it. So we thought about how to handle this in the short term. In the new iOS for next year, there's going to be a different way again. What we have introduced is the concept of a new product type. We know at the moment our products are portrait, and I'm talking about TS admin products. Come on. Enlarge you. Products. That's what when I'm talking about product. You know we've got portrait for family, portrait for folder, don't worry about that. Comp, group, as in Neo group, digital image. We now have a new type called retouching. So you can create a product, a retouch product, and I have already done that somewhere. Don't remember, right at the top, convenient. So I've got a product, I've just called it retouch, the code is retouch, the description is retouching, and the type, and that's the important thing, the type is retouch. This is a retouch product. You can have subtype if you want. I don't see the need, but you could have retouching detailed or retouching basic as a subtype. I wouldn't. That complicates things. If you're going to offer basic and detailed retouching, I would just make another product, as I have done. Retouch, and then a detailed retouch product. With me so far? Now, by adding this new product type, it allows us down the line to do lots of hooky things. That we can look for this retouch product and have it act in lots of different ways, which is the ways you're after. So, first thing you have to be aware of is this new product type called retouching. And if you're going to offer retouching, you're going to use this product. And think of it just like a product. It's a product. You add it to a package in your offer, just like any other product. Let me go to an offer, and very creatively, it's in my workspace called Retouching, and the offer is called Retouching. I have a package called Retouch This Image, and there's my retouch product. Okay, just like it could have been a memory mate or an 8x10. There's nothing to stop me if you want, but I don't think people work it that way, adding it to any package. Like my deluxe package, which includes a whole lot of prints, there is nothing to stop me adding retouching to that product, to that package. So if someone orders PK1, it also has retouching. I don't think people will do it that way. I don't think you're going to offer PK1 retouching PK1 without, PK1 retouching PK2 without, so forth. I think more likely you're going to have a dedicated retouch package with the one product in there, a retouching product. Would you agree that that's the way you'll offer it? Good, because that's the way I offered it. Now, let's see how we handle it paper orders, because now it gets interesting, and then we'll look online. So back to my job. I'm going to order PK1 for Mindy Futsu. There's a good name by itself there. Mindy Futsu. PK1, and she wants it with retouching. Okay, so I've ordered PK1 package, I've ordered the retouch package. We go to orders mode. There she's there. Okay. And her images. Now, you're saying you don't know which image she wanted to retouch? Now you do. No, you don't right now, because I didn't order PK1 for a particular image. All I said was, give me PK1 and retouching. I still have the same problem. I know she wants retouching. What I just did there is really no different to scanning /%R+. Okay? However, if I do this, back in details mode, if I order for a particular image, well then that gets a bit more exciting. So now for Thomas Beckett, I'm going to order PK1 pose 2 retouching, okay, by whatever method you order poses, but we know it's PK1 pose 2, okay. Now when I go to orders mode, you see what I did there? I've ordered PK1, but then I ordered retouching for pose 2 for whatever reason. So Brad, you had said earlier, can I order retouching without a particular package? You can. Now, let me go back and do one without even ordering. So, okay. For whatever reason, all we've said is retouch, and we did it pose 3. There it is, pose 3 retouch. So we know it's that particular image. And that's what's different. And we will expand on this a little bit further. Let me go back and do a couple more. Now I'm using sticky barcodes. I don't want to go over the whole sticky, non-sticky barcode business again, but let's do pose 2, PK1 retouch. This person wants pose 1, PK2 retouch, and so forth. The idea is if you order for a specific image or a specific pose, now you'll get that information down the bottom. That one we already did. PK1 and retouch for pose 2. If we had not ordered for a specific image, these images would be in normal order, pose 1, 2, 3. But you can see they're in pose 2, then the other images. So we bring what we've decided to do. We had a bit of a think about this. Is we're always at the front on the left, bringing you the images that are relevant, the ones that have been ordered for retouching or just ordered for first, then the others. We debated whether to just have them 1, 2, 3 always, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the third image would have retouch underneath it, the fifth one would have PK1, whatever the case may be. But in the end, we thought that's not as good because you might have 20, and then the image you need might be off screen. So we're always the images that have been ordered for at the front. Do a couple more. Yeah. Hang on. Let me just do. There's a lot more to show, but I'll answer Dave's question first. Mm-hmm. You do not see, I know where you're going with this, you will see, where is it? Okay. At this point, there isn't it's still showing you, yes, she'll be there, but here it's not specifying which image. That filter still works the same way. Correct, at this point, in this screen. We're not going to change this because we don't want to change what's already there, but we'll have something else, whether it's here, whether it's in orders mode, wherever. But this, as you see, it will be the same. There'll be maybe a sub filter, retouch images, where just a sub filter or something. Yeah, but we don't want to change that because people are still and will still use the old way. Because a lot of people only do one pose or are going to be doing this without images. All right. But do you understand how, look, forgetting the export part of it, do you understand how it's working up to this point and how you use it up to this point? Then we need to look at it online as well. No, because no, it's not a product that you're going to print. Yeah. Remember, the queue is showing you packages that you're going to print. The retouch is a product that doesn't have... The retouch product has specific properties. One of them is it doesn't relate to a template. There's no template for it, so it's not going to be in here. Have a look. I'm probably not explaining myself as well as I could. I've just published this in the last few days online. That document is actually very good, if I do say so myself. Why do you hurt me so? So the retouching product does not require a template. It doesn't appear in the queue. The orders are going to be in orders mode in that new retouching tab. It'll indicate which image, if it's been ordered for a particular image, because it may not always be, and we'll come up to how it's handling fulfill. But have a read of all that to get some really good information. Sorry, say it again? Yeah, because it is a package. Ultimately, it's a package. So I've ordered a package, and I just happen to call it retouch instead of PK whatever. So my package, it is just a package. The product itself has special properties that allow us to do other things down the line. Now, let's have a look at it online. Get a key. Let me just get some keys. This one will do, Marshall Cox. Control K. Let me turn this off. Someone's trying to get me. Not too many of you are on this very latest iOS. You need to be on 4.7 to begin with, and then I need to update you to the next step. If you do not see this cookie message, which we can change for you and dismiss, then you're not on the very latest. But you need to be 4.7 anyway. So I've got 3 different images. Choose the middle one. And I have a retouching package. Remember my offer, my first package was called Retouching. Do I want that image retouched? I say yeah. And then order the digital image, digital download. And go through, and we happy with that selection? Since you guys have all got really good internet that's cost us $1 squillion, do you want to also place a couple of orders, if you can see the keys? Because the more we've got, the better to display. I'll go back to the job. Where are we? Can you see the keys? Yeah? There's an idea for you, Mark. I think I did. I thought I did. Yeah, it is. So if a few people can place some other orders, if you can't see and need me to read keys out, go ahead. Obviously, oh, sorry, it's good point. Training.timestone.com.au. Let me know when you're done. You good? I just need you to enter the key. You can then place your orders. So you noticed I ordered a digital product, and the people who know iOS know the way digital works. It's really sweet. You have Fulfill running possibly in the background or on a different computer, and as the digital orders come in, it just automatically picks them up and uploads them. Can you see how that presents a problem with retouching? Wasn't meant to be a funny question. What's the problem, Josh? Yeah, you see, we can't have Fulfill, or anywhere really, yeah, but principally Fulfill, just automatically processing and uploading these orders because they've ordered retouching and you need time to be able to retouch them. Because we have this retouch product and we can handle it differently, we can handle that now. It's good. I must admit, I was very impressed when Pete showed me this. All right. Brandon, you're consistently one of my best customers every year. You order a truckload. You notice the pretty colours? Okay. If the order has got a retouching product, the order header is yellow, okay? And on the right-hand side, we've introduced some nice error handling. In this particular instance, it says the order is held. It requires retouching. We will make use of this. You'll have a red header if there's an error of some description. It actually will say, hey, silly, your template paths are wrong. You're missing a template. That sort of thing. If I go to the digital delivery mode, okay, they're held. Even though I've got it to process, they're held. All right? So how do we unhold them? Unhold them? How do we release them? Okay, I'll talk English from now on. How do we release these orders so that Fulfill will upload them? Let's go back to the job, go to mode, orders, and retouch. And I probably, at this point, would have to close the job and open it. We'll do filter for online orders, retouch. Okay. So little double-headed arrow indicates that the order's for fulfill. Once you do edit it, or externally, let's say you're editing these outside of the software, which I recommend if you're doing it on my computer. If you had edited it through the software and you come back, it knows that you've finished retouching. You can do that manually or in a bulk just by hitting retouching complete. Okay, and it disappeared because I have the filter. I don't have the filter show completed. Okay, so for example, if I take all these and retouching complete, okay, they're completed. Now once they're completed, Fulfill knows that it can release them. So I can select all these, Control A, and mark them as being completed. And that's if you're retouching them externally by KPARs or whatever, you still need to tell the software that you've completed the retouching for Fulfill to then release them. Okay, so we hit, do this one. Yay. How do you use this guy now? I don't know. Pencil? That'll do. All right, so now she does need retouching. Save. And continue. Okay, now what you might notice, if you've got good eyes, the top left-hand corner, or our left, her right, has a little blue triangle to indicate that you've done the retouching on that one. Okay? So it's a little indicator that it's been retouched. And I do believe that you will see that in images mode too. Let me just make this view a little bit better. Who was the subject? Do you remember who the subject was? Becky Grant? Let's do her anyway. Okay, and in images mode, see, she'll have the blue triangle there as well. So there's an indicator that that one has been retouched. So that's step one if you're retouching through the software. And then I said we need to, because you may come back to it and retouch a few different times, you would then release it. Retouching completed. And she's now retouched, and that is grey. And we do have a filter as to whether to show completed or show the whole lot, or just the completed ones. Yeah? So you want to retouch in here. So I'm in images mode now. So, yeah, so you want to retouch in here. Are you going to retouch through our software or externally? If you do it through us, yes, then it puts the blue triangle. If you do it externally to us, then it won't, because it won't know, which is why you have that manual tick, that green tick to say, yes, I've finished retouching. Because if you're doing it externally to us, that's the only way it can know that you've finished. So I go through. There's something I would have thought this should work. Let's go to fulfill. You see that one, for example, is now released. I've finished retouching that one. I should be able to process that one, and that one renders and uploads. The others are still held. That's how that side of it works. It's the same with, I'll let it finish. So the important thing to understand is whatever means you're retouching, whether manually through the software or externally with some other piece of software, is in Neopack, or in orders mode, I should say, you do the retouching complete step. That's the only way it can know that you've finished retouching. Making sense? And then they'll upload. In the printing mode of fulfill, it won't stop you printing, even though, for example, this one, PK1, she requires retouching, and the order has been held. That's not a digital product, so it doesn't really matter, because you're going to be manually printing that when you're ready anyway, but the yellow bar is an indicator that it still requires retouching. It will, however, let you print this if you want to print it. It's not up to us to say, oh, stop you printing it. Yes. Yeah. If I've understood your question correctly. So if we go to print now and print all, let me just make sure I'm not printing mixed squillions. That's not too bad. Say again, Brad, sorry? Hang on, let me answer Brandon's question. So print all unprinted only, I assume? That's what you wanted? Yep. We'll just print them nice and little. And that should work. Let me see what it did. I think it didn't, Brandon. Oh, okay. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't even right under my nose. Include held or not. Sorry. There's a filter. See, it's quick. Sarcasm. What was that? That was speedy. Yeah. Hang on, I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha at the moment. Let's do these in order. Brandon, did I answer your question? That? Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to do anything with that, though, is it? Because why is it there? Yeah. That's a relief, because I always thought he was Eric. I always get you two guys confused. Retouching through fulfill, can you release the hold? That's a good question. The reason they're still there with the unprinted flag on. Yeah, the retouch package. But hang on, can we release through fulfill? I don't believe we can. We need a green tick here, don't we? Yeah. Oh, another order just came in. Good on you, Randy. Okay, so we need to add, Carrie, if you add that, a release button in fulfill.